Hey, what's up, Sally? Alright, first time trying it. It's saying that it has a poor connection, but I'm on Wi-Fi, which is kind of weird. Does it look kind of pixelated for you? Yo, what's up, Billy? First time trying this out. Last time when Sally was over, we tried going live on Instagram, and it was pretty straightforward. So, yeah, that's weird. Well, on file it should be pretty fast, but guess not. What's up, guys? What's up, guys? So, let me really quickly just go to the content, and then we can like hang out and do some like quick Q&A if you guys got any question. Basically, I will be going on a trip starting tomorrow for 2 weeks to the Philippines, and I just want to do a really quick snapshot to see how the tank looks right now before my trip. For the next 2 weeks, Sally's going to come over. By the way, for people who don't know, Sally is Miss Average Reefer. She's going to come over and take care of the tank for the next 2 weeks. But for the most part, nobody will be really touching the tank, so it's just going to kind of go off on its own. And usually that's the most amount of growth I get from my tanks when nobody's sticking hands into the tank. So I just want to kind of document this. This is what the tank looks like today. Now, in the title, I mentioned a fish loss, and that is not a clickbait. If you can actually count, it's kind of hard to see, but I now only have 8 green chromis. This kills me a lot, actually, because the show of green chromis was doing so well. And then today when I got home, I just found like a dead chromis. It was actually back there. I think the pistol trim got a hold of him back there, and the body's gone. I think he got dragged under the tunnel. They were doing so well, but one did not make it after a couple months. They were all eating really healthy yesterday, so this is a blow, especially right before a trip. But thankfully, everything else seems okay. At first, I thought, is there some kind of water quality issue? But looking at the corals and other fish, they all seems okay. So I'm just going to chalk it up to some kind of freak accident. See, you notice that the clownfish actually dive bombing the shoal. And this only happens when I'm around the tank. Like if I back up a lot, and you just kind of give them some time to calm down, they'll just kind of do their own thing. And I think like the reason the clown is doing this is that she's thinking food is coming, so is extra protective of the territory. So sometimes when I'm just kind of laying on the couch, looking at the fish tank, the clown just stick to the rock, the green chrome just stay in the front, going back and forth, everything seems okay. So the aggression really comes when I walk towards the tank. That's when the clown gets super excited, super aggressive, and start beating everybody up. But let's take a look at the tank real quick. So this is what it looks like. Things are pretty much back on track. The SPS is starting to color up again. It's actually, the color is really intense. I think the elk is around 9. So that is a solid number. I may raise it up a little bit to maybe like 9.5, but I think this is like a happy medium. The LPS, I inflated again, so that is good. However, you notice that one of my Gorgonian frag is missing tissue right there, and I think that's the reason is because this was leaning towards the torch, so it probably got stung. And I'm actually trying to just give these away locally, these little grubs, Gorgonian frag. Same thing with this guy right here. Still don't quite know what to do with this. I may just end up giving to Mary, one of my local reefer friend. There's like a photosynthetic plating sponge. It's kind of interesting, but I just don't have the room for it. Let's take a look at the frags too, so we can kind of come back in 2 weeks just to see if they've grown at all. Alright, so this is the 45. Another thing I really want to keep an eye out on is the 24K Lepto blah blah blah. I don't know how to pronounce it. So it looks kind of like the jack-o'-lantern, but just gold. During the elk issue, it was dying back. You notice a lot of white near the top, but the gold is slowly coming back. Actually, today I was taking a good look at it. I'm really happy to see that. Can I zoom in? Oh yeah, I can zoom in. I'm really happy to see that the gold is starting to come back a little bit in the area that I thought is already dead. But for the most part, the front part is pretty much bleach white, is done. However, we'll give it 2 weeks and see how it goes. Another really cool thing is that the orange/yellow bubble tip anemone. This is kind of like an embarrassing story, because it was up here before and it was stinging the Monty and stinging the leather. So I tried to kind of take this off the rock to give it to my friend. However, I kind of butched it. I ended up tearing the anemone so bad that I just caught it as like it's done. So I started just ripping chunks out and tossing it away. But apparently some of them were left, so part of the foot was left in the hole. So through about a month or so, it started regenerating and it came back. But it looks like it's gonna touch the zoas again, touching the Midas and the Sunny D and the Purple Death. So I may need to give it another go in terms of removing it. Yeah, I just wish it kind of migrate up so it doesn't sting these guys. But at least now it's not stinging the Monty Cap. All right, so this is the 45 gallon in terms of a snapshot. I've really said that I lost one green chromis because I was actually really proud of being able to keep them alive. But I hope that is not the trend. They're gonna start like losing one after another. And right here we have the 17 gallon drop off tank. And where's Mochi? Let's find Mochi first. There he is. That is one of his favorite hiding spot. So usually he's either here, here, or on the other side. And as you can see, Mochi actually grew. Like I was looking back to some of the older video, and he actually got larger. And I think like I really noticed growth spurts whenever he eats a damsel. I know some of you guys don't want to hear it, but whenever he eats a damsel, it seems to have a little growth spurt. Where whenever he eats ghost shrimp, just like okay. The bubble tip anemone is slowly getting too big. I try to limit my feeding to this guy, but sometimes I want to feed the porcelain crab that's kind of being hosted in there as well. So inevitably, the anemone grabs some food. The SPS is growing slowly. It is growing, but it's growing slowly. And the bottom is kind of white, bleached out, probably because it's being shaded from the top. And at the same time, if you look at the backside, it's being stung by the frog spawn. So it's dying back. So I need to do something about it. Because the frog spawn has really expanded. Before it was kind of like this, but now it's expanded to the point where it's touching the front glass, or acrylic. And I think the fathead andro back here, it's kind of suffering. It's not being stung right now. Actually, maybe it is. It used to be open a lot, but now it's kind of like, oh, I don't know. But this fathead andro is just loving it. Let me make sure I don't drop my phone before my trip. But yeah, it sprouted a lot of heads. However, the heads are not growing fast. I have a lot of baby heads, but they're not really getting large. So I was like, I don't think it's fraggable anytime soon. And the thing that I want to keep an eye out on for this tank after my trip, or like I want to see in 2 weeks what has changed, is mainly the green star polyp. I kind of cut them back last month. Basically, any places where it's kind of encroaching onto the rock, I kind of rip it back. It's actually really easy to rip. Can't speak. It's actually really easy to rip because it's growing on acrylic. I just use a tweezer and just pull it back and that's it. And just, that's it. And I have been making frags out of them. And right there, I have this top spruce since the beginning of this tank, but it's just not doing well. For some reason, this little mini colony just never do well, whether it's in this tank or that tank. I have another one that's growing on a disc plug, and that was doing well, but I gave it away. So that little rock may come out. But anyways, the zoa seems to be growing pretty good, especially these are the Vietnamese orange zoa. I bought like a rock of about for $75. It's a big piece of rock. I brick it up and I kind of scrape some of the zoa off and then glue directly onto the rock. This way the rock scape stays really slim and I don't have like chunks sticking out like a little hemisphere. So these are growing well. I am really hoping that the Sunny D and the Rasta, I'll swing back to the other side, I got some Rasta here too. I'm really hoping that they'll start spreading before the Vietnamese zoa just take over. And we got the bird nest not doing well. It's bleaching out, and this is yeah. I know the chemistry is a mess here. I think like the elk is around 6.7. I think I did not dose anything here. Like at one point I tried to manually dose some, but I just forgot and just like okay. This Monty Cap, believe it or not, this is actually the exact same Monty Cap I have over there. Is that big chunk right there? One piece broke off, I just kind of stick it right there. But it dulled out, it became like a dark maroon or dark purple color. That's not too attractive. But the cool thing is that it started sprouting. it started sprouting a little plate. So I'm really looking forward to it. If it starts plating out, even though the color is not intense, I think that's still awesome. I still love the form factor. Okay, so in this tank, what I really want to pay attention to is how are the Rastazoas doing? How is the green star polyp doing? How fast is it growing towards the rock? Should I be concerned? And does this bleach out, or is it going to recover? So those are the couple things I really want to keep an eye out. Oh, bonus. This guy right here, the mangrove is not doing too well. You notice the leaves started turning black. Usually when this happened to regular plants, I think it means like the water has some chlorine in there, but I don't know what it means when it comes to mangrove, so I need to look into it. But to be honest, I can't really do much about it since I'm flying out tomorrow. All right, I know you guys are leaving questions, but let me just go through all 3 tanks, and then I'm going to scroll up and start answering some questions. Sorry guys, first time live streaming. Not too sure what I'm doing. So here's my 3rd tank, if you want to call it that. This is for my feeder go shrimps. These are the feeder go shrimps for mochi. Look at all these guys. I can't see. Can you guys kind of see it? So one really cool thing about this tank is that this is kind of like my test lab for food. These shrimps react to food. Like if the food kind of sucks, they just kind of like they'll go to it, but not as enthusiastically. But if I drop something that's really good, for example, check out my kitchen or fridge. If I drop some TDO in there, which is really great stuff. Hold on, I gotta put you guys down 1 second. All right, and I got this little bag from Richard from Inficionado. Great guy, really knowledgeable when it comes to like nutrient for food, because he kept a lot of really expensive wrasse, and he needs to maintain the color, so he feed them a specific. So he did a lot of research. And he obviously knows a lot of people, so I trust his recommendation when it comes to food. Let's put it that way. All right, so here are the TDO going down, and okay, the shrimps are kind of like, oh, what's going on? So this is kind of like my test. Whenever I get a new type of food, I would like to drop them into my feeder go shrimp tank first, right? To see how they react. If they go into a frenzy, then I know, okay, this probably smells good. But yeah, Sally's gonna have the hard job of catching these guys and feeding mochi while I'm gone. So I was hoping that she'll feed the shrimp first, and then feed these shrimp to mochi within 30 minutes. So we gut load these guys. But anyways, yeah, really cool. All right, so that's pretty much it. I got about 7 or 8 shrimps in there. But basically this video is just to kind of do a snapshot of the state of the 3 tanks. And I mentioned the things that I want to keep an eye out on in terms of growth without me sticking my hand in there, messing with it all the time. And hopefully all the things are stable. And in 2 weeks, we're going to come back again, and then we're going to check to see what has changed. It's just a huge bummer that I lost one of the green chromis. They were doing so well. The 9 were doing so well. And I'm really afraid that this will kind of break the balance. Man, look at how mean the female clown is. Here, you know what? Everybody loves like a feeding video. Let me drop some food. And check out all the food I got, man. All right, here. But prime reef, my favorite. Alright guys, while you guys are checking these out, let me scroll up. I know I missed a lot of comments. Oh my gosh. Yo, what's up CJ, Rico, Billy? I'm gonna start calling names out. Soddom's fine, Juan. Yeah, man, like the only other time, actually, you know what? I did try live streaming with Sean, Rico. We hopped on the Rico stream a while back when we were over at Sean's house. That caught me off guard. I'm like, oh, what's going on? Are we going live? What? What do you mean? Oh. But that was fun. That was fun. And last week, when Sally was over, Miss Average Reaver was over, we tried going live on Instagram, and we went live for like an hour. It was so long that Instagram would not let her upload that video. Let's see. Andy fishing in the deep lake. Sorry about yellow tang, man. What's up, Ronald? I will stop calling you Roland. Reef girl, no damsels left in there. There's actually one damsel left. Wait a minute. Oh no, it's still there. Scared me for a second. So this little guy is a survivor. You know what? In some way, I'm actually glad because I was watching this guy flex. The spines are no joke. Like when he flares out, the spines are sharp and long. Versus like the 4-stripe white and black damsel, it seems like the spines are really soft. There's nothing that sticks out. So just the fin just look really soft. So it seems like a better food for Mochi to eat. So I'm kind of glad that Mochi did not try to go for this guy because this guy is actually pretty large. All right, let's see. Oh, Mochi on the move. So one interesting thing about Mochi is that I have been trying to wean him onto frozen food, although not really hardly. But I've been trying to, whenever a ghost shrimp died, right, I try to wave it around in front of him. And he would look at it, but ultimately ignore it. However, recently we had a breakthrough where like I find out if I take the dead ghost shrimp upstream from him and just wiggle a little bit and then let go, he actually eats it. So he eats dead food. So I think that's a step forward. Now I just gotta convince him to accept food from Tong. That'd be awesome. All right, let's see. Sorry guys, this is my first time live streaming. I was just plowing through the content first in case people want to watch this afterwards, and then I'm trying to answer some questions. What's up, fellas? Thank you for watching. I just went 8 months now. Went to an enemy. I'm afraid we're going to a power header, going to back. Do you think it'll be okay? Josh Vlog and Gaming. So if Miss Average Reefer is still here, she has a pretty sad story to tell you because that's exactly what happened to her rose bulb tip anemone. She added an MP10 in there, turned the flow all the way down, but the anemone did not like the flow, and she has a really small tank. So I guess the anemone detached and started floating around and got sucked up by the MP10. Yeah, that was that. So it depends on the tank size, man. And like, a lot of people like to put a foam filter over their power head. That would definitely help with it as well. Yeah, CJ, I think Sally's in here. I'm not sure if she's doing. Oh, there she is. There she is. She got that little frowny face. Sally Chang. Yeah, you guys all asked her to start a YouTube channel. I've been bugging her the whole time. It's like, just start a YouTube channel. You guys tell her she sounds great on camera. Cameron, plan on adding any clowns to the 17-gallon? Not with this guy here. This guy just gonna gulp them down. Yeah, I definitely think this guy got a little larger. That dude's getting bigger. Both your tanks looking good. Thank you. Where is Doge? You know what? Doge, I actually just dropped Doge off. It's so sad because I'm not sure if you guys know. My dog Mac, right? Doge, the Shiba Inu. He's actually blind. He went blind. He went completely blind early this year. So it has been pretty slow adjusting period for him. He would sometimes just turn around and run into things. It's pretty sad. But I just dropped him off with his sister. So that sister's owner has 2 other dogs, and they're friends. So it's good. I think like them two is gonna help him kind of get used to the new environment a lot faster. Mia, where did you buy mochi? So I was pretty lucky because I have been waiting for a white skin frogfish on Live Aquaria, and once in a while I see them, but I'm always not fast enough. So I kind of whined on Instagram, and one of my subscribers saw it and said that, hey, you know what? Like recently I saw somebody in my local reef club selling one on his forum. He was in Michigan. So I reached out and worked it out. I ended up spending $150 shipped for this guy to get to my house. But if you look around, they are out there, and they seem to be seasonal. Like for some reason, about last month, there has been quite a few white skin frogfish that came through. Who's getting a Shiba Inu? Nano by Note, nice. Good choice. They are really strong-willed breed. My Shiba Inu was my first dog. I did not know how difficult they are until I started dog sitting for my friends. Like I was like, whoa, their dogs are so easy. You tell them what to do and they just do it. Not like a Shiba Inu. Tanks and updates? Yep, sounds good. I'll check out your channel. I love checking out other people's channel. Blue light tank. Do your green star polyps grow onto your rock? Yes, they absolutely do. One interesting thing. You see that piece of rock right there sitting on the green star polyp? The green star polyp is actually not really growing onto it for whatever reason. It's kind of creeping underneath it, but the part that creeps underneath is just pink. Like there's no polyps. So just like a layer of skin going over. It's really strange. However, over here, when it actually grow up sideways, it actually start creeping onto here. So I have to peel the piece off. So they definitely do grow onto the rock, but they spread a lot faster on acrylic, and it is a lot easier to come off acrylic. And whenever they grow onto the rock, I was able to just use tweezer, just kind of scrape it off. You know, I can try to peel. If they don't come off clean, I can just like scrape it. So it was not as bad as I thought. But I feel that if I just let it go for maybe like a month or two and just ignore it, as I get a foothold onto the rock, it may be hell. Going to call myself Lucky Reefer. Hey, luck is part of the game, right? Josh, do you think an anemone would be okay in 30 gallon? I have some videos on my tank on my channel. Josh, I'll definitely check out your channel. I have kept an anemone in 30 gallon before. I'm assuming you're talking about like bubble tip anemone, right? And by the way, guys, just because I have a YouTube channel, I got 2 tanks, does not mean I'm an expert in reef keeping. This is just my personal experience, and my opinion does not weigh any more than anybody else's. So take it for what it's worth. Do your own research, check out other videos, go read up online. Just don't just go by whatever I say, because what worked for me may not work for you. What tank do you plan on replacing 40 gallon with Red Sea Reefer? Cameron. There's a couple. I'm gonna leave that. Actually, I filmed a video. Since I'm going on a trip, I actually prepared 2 videos for the 2 Sunday that I'm not gonna be here. So the second video actually talk about the tanks that I may be getting. So sorry, I'm gonna leave a cliffhanger. Rookie Reefer, is that Yuli? Alright, I'm missing something. Oh no, get the fuck out. Alright. I love trolls. Where's the troll? Let me see. Fish hates Asian. You ate them with rice and cat meat, you fuck. Heck yeah, I eat them with rice. You don't eat fish? Do you think an anemone would be okay? Okay, fish can't use snakes. Oh my god, this guy. CJ, that nano is dope, man. Do you like it more than 45 gallon? Yo, CJ, to be honest, I do prefer the drop-off tank more. Not so much the form factor or what's in there. It's more like there's still a lot of things I can improve on this. Where the 45 gallon is pretty packed. If I want to make any major changes, that means I have to break it down, and I don't have the heart to do it. I'm not satisfied with this piece, so I could break this down, but there's just so much more I can do here. I think it's that. I like creating things, you know. When it comes to maintaining, I know that's a huge part of reef keeping. I'm not as crazy about that versus like creating. Eat Sleep Reef, what's up? How many fish can you have in a 40 gallon tank? Ryan, that's, I don't know, man. That's super subjective, depending on what kind of fish, how large it is, and what you're comfortable with, technically and ethically. Because in Asia, what's really popular is that they cram all these fish in there, and that is the norm, right? You see a tank, maybe a tank this size, you see like 10, 15 like medium to large fish, and that is the norm there, where when we see it online, we're like, holy crap, you guys are ridiculous, right? But at the same time, we are still keeping fish in a glass box that's like, no, you cannot compare this to ocean. So it's really hard to say, where's the ethical line? CJ Reticulon. What's up, fellas? Oh yeah, just don't care about compliment. What glue do you use for your Mandipora? So Christopher Reef, what glue do you use for your Mandipora? Let me show you. So here's my really messy, let me turn on the light actually. This is my little project right here. I am using, where's my frac box? Right here. So this is what I use. Loctite super glue with gel. I like this because it does not get jammed up here. You know how like sometimes you open a super glue, you use it, it get plugged up. This one, for whatever reason, however to build it, it's really clean. Every time you push it, it comes out. It does not get clogged up. It does not get dried up here. So this is what I use. I know a lot of people use the ones from Dollar Store, the gel from Dollar Store. That works perfectly fine too. But I just like it because it just comes out clean, easy to clean up, and every single time I open it, it never dries up. Check out these little... Yo, by the way, kind of off topic. So I'm trying to, I guess, like refurnish my room so that, or my living room, so that it has a little fish or underwater themed. You see the mobile here. You see that I'm building like a coral, like abstract light, and I got this guy. Low poly counts shark. This thing built out to like 5 foot long. This is ridiculous. It looks amazing. But if you guys are interested, go check it out. It's from, not sponsored by the way, from Paper Trophy, right? This is amazing. It looks awesome. I thought it would look awesome if I hang it up there. But here's the problem. I was not expecting this. Let me show you what it came like. Dude. I look at all these, I just kind of tucked that back in and I just been sitting there. It's kind of like the light. I thought it'd be easy, right? People, but in the review, they say that you need the patience of a saint to build this. Some people claim that it took them like 3.5 days. Shit, it's been sitting here for 2 weeks. Same thing with this. I saw like a low poly count shark. I thought just like a big piece of cardboard just folded into this with instruction. Holy crap! I guess each polygon is like a piece of thing that you fold up yourself and then glue together. Yeah, I'm not. It's just gonna sit there. I bet you I'm gonna have like at least like 2 or 3 other tanks before I get both of these guys done and hung up here and hung up there. Rico heading out? All right, man. See you around, Rico. I will probably catch a stream in Philippines because I think Philippines is going to rain the entire 2 weeks I'm there, so I'll have a lot of time. Thanks for dropping by, man. All right, guys, and it has been almost half an hour. It was way longer than intended. Thank you, everybody, for swinging by to check this out. Again, this video in the beginning, I was just trying to get a snapshot of how the 45-gallon tank looks, 17-gallon tank look, and then the 5-gallon ghost shrimp feeding tank looks. And then 2 weeks later, once I'm back, we're going to get another look. Right now, tank's really clean. I did lose a green chromis. Everything else seems to be back on track, and I started dosing, so levels should be stable. And with me not sticking my dirty hand in there every minute, hopefully things will get even better when we get back, if things don't crash. So, Sally, I'm counting on you. Thank you so much. Thank you for tuning in to my super newbie first time live streaming from this channel. Yeah, I guess I'll see you guys in 2 weeks, but I do have the videos prepared already. So this Sunday and next Sunday is covered. I guess. Oh, by the way, I know some people want to do like sub parties. Feel free to do it. You know, check out each other's channel. I mean, that's how we grow, right? That's how we learn. So feel free to share your channel, ask people to sub. I don't care at all. Go for it. See you guys.